Hey guys, Billionaire Answers, how to build net worth. Since I am a new billionaire, I decided now I share it out. I just share out some of the information that I've gathered over the years is when you find a good opportunity, double down. If your thing is trading stocks, double down and figure out a way and just keep climbing until you're making like $10,000 a day from trading stocks. If your thing is business, double down on your best ideas. The marketplace probably isn't ready for what you have to deliver, but within about 10 years you could become a disruptive entrepreneur, and you are now a voice that tells the world what it's going to be based on the basic human psychology that exists within all men and women. My marketing pitch for people to invest in my company is I'll double your money. No scam shit, that's just how equity deals work. Is if you're investing into my startup, the promise is no guarantee, basically pretty much I'll double your money. But I'm not actively looking for investors or anything, but if someone comes across this video and wants to invest some money, I welcome investors that in fact, I might close the door to investors. I don't want to be responsible for having to pay people back. I'm just going to build what I have all by myself. I'm just so eager to get where I'm going that I kind of open the door for investors a little bit. And then I learned basically you don't want to have to be responsible for having to pay people back like large amounts of money. And thing is whatever your best idea is, work on that, and then whatever you discover, your top 10 ideas, you should be making a list of your top 10 or top 100 ideas. That'll get your idea machine going, so you think of new bright ideas all the time, right? Go from your top 10 best ideas and pick your favorite one and just start working on it. That idea, you should figure out if it's a winner or a loser within about 5 months, 4 months, 5 months. Within a couple months you should know if this is going to make you money, because the best ideas for beginners trying to make a shitload of money, an idea is a good idea if it starts to pick up on if you start to make a lot of money very quickly. You should know if an idea is a winner or a loser within about 4 months. I try to do as much as I can by myself without having to hire like any outside help or anything like that. I try to I'm closing the door for investors. If I find a good offer of someone who believes in my company, someone who wants to put some real energy into my company, I am hiring for an equity deal. You can earn equity in my company by working 4 hours a day. So if you want to do that, I need coders, and I need cybersecurity, and I need I guess that's pretty much it. I'm very little demands my company is requiring, but basically, you should be moving from idea to idea within like 2 to 4 months. If an idea is going to work, it's going to work very quickly. It's what I learned between 2017 and 2024. 2025 is my big thing that makes me a shitload of money was hiding in plain sight. So it makes me really think about like what was I doing differently 10 years ago that I'm now doing today to make over like $1 billion in like 2 years, and it took me like 5 years to make my first million. You know, pretty crazy, but um, guys, that's pretty much the answer to that question: how to build net worth, how to make money. Figure out what works to make money, and then one day you might be rich enough to just work on passion projects. You might be able to build upon your passions and do stuff that you're passionate about. But first, you got to make the money to afford freedom, and that's the answer to that question.